I'm going live on Facebook. Hey, YouTube and Facebook, thanks a lot for joining in. This is the Ask Deek Show, which I normally do every Monday, but due to some issues, not issues, due to some commitments, as you know, I'm trying to start and work out on the NGO. There's a lot of things which is going on, which I'm working on. So getting busy with that. Plus, there's so many shows, private shows, which is being created. The Friday, Saturday, there's a teacher's session which I'm doing and many more coming from there, right? So feel free to do it, right? Now, let me go to the question section. I only got one question. That is really great. How to become a good leader? Asked by Suresh RC. See, to be a good leader, first thing you got to do is you got to be a very good influencer. If you can influence people, generally you're a good leader. Influence in the sense means if you can tell a certain concept or a certain way of doing things and you can influence the people in the best possible way, so that way you become a good leader. The other thing is, if you are a very good service-oriented person to your followers, which means you do things for their benefit, automatically you become a good leader. There's a lot of books, tons written on good leadership, but my question and reply to is, to become a good leader, first thing is you should know how to influence people. Different people have different form of getting influence, but make sure you influence in the good way and not always the bad way, because sometimes you can influence people in the bad way also. So don't get into that side of leadership. Make sure you focus on spreading positivity and positive action and make those difference. That will be more added benefit, right? Facebook, YouTube, all your questions in the comments column, Instagram, on the questions section, and I will reply. Vikas is asking this question is how to improve communication skill. For communication skill, what you need to do is first you have to have a very good control of language. If you don't have the control of the language, generally you are going to be weak in communication, which means if you're communicating in English, if you don't have good control or how well to speak about it, your communication is not going to be that well. However, if you are really genuinely thinking for the well-being of the people, even though your English is not that good, still people understand. So for example, you might be seeing me doing sessions in Hindi. I'm not comfortable. I don't have that control over subject in Hindi, but still I do my session. People understand my talk. Even though I'm talking broken Hindi, I'm talking from my heart to your heart. As long as that heart-to-heart connection is there, the communication skill will be good. The other thing, what you got to understand about communication skill is you need to understand the other people and you need to be a good listener also. Because if you're not a good listener, you can't communicate well. For example, you got to listen to people first. For every show, I ask you feedback. Why? Because if there is some improvement, which I don't know, and with these changes, I can work it out and help it from that. So always see it from that point of view so that it benefits everyone. See, I can talk a lot about communication skills, but that is one thing which you need to consider. Back to Shreya's question on YouTube. Vikas, I'm cutting down your question. I hope I've answered the question. Hi, Sabah Hussain. Hi, Swati. Hi, Muza432. Go back to Shayana's question. So how to remove so much of negative thoughts? I get all day, all night. I get so worried what to do. I really don't know, Shayana, what your thought is all about. That is point number one. Why I don't know what your thought is all about is negative thoughts. Your mind can only think what you already know. If you give good things your mind to think, it can never think negative. So for example, if you constantly see horror movies, if you constantly see something negative, your mind is going to think about it. Now, if you watch the news and something wrong has happened, you keep seeing the news, 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 and it's all negative, your mind will start thinking. So how do you remove negative thoughts? By putting positive information into your five senses. And when you start putting your thought process, when you start putting positive things into your thought process, automatically your mind will start filtering out. But if you keep constantly seeing negative stuff, your mind can't think anything new. It only thinks what you already know. So make it good things to think. So automatically it will find out that way, right? Oh, I didn't tell this. If you guys want to come live and ask me questions directly, go on my Instagram bio. You would be coming live on my Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to change my link to this bio link. So it's called the StreamYard link. So I have changed my StreamYard link. You need to have Google Chrome, and you need to have give access to your camera and mic. Then you can come live with me directly. It's an opportunity which I give to most of the people, not now, after half an hour, right? So you can test it if it works fine. I hope, Shaina, I've answered the question. Anonymous in the dark. Oh my God, that is such a serious name. During your childhood days, whether you had thoughts that one day I would succeed? No, not really. I wanted to succeed, right? I wanted to make quick money. I wanted to make a difference in my life and the world's life, who I depend on. So yes, I had that thing to be successful one fine day. Now again, success, how do you define success, Anonymous Dark? Because sometimes success, you might say a certain salary, you get, you're successful. Maybe you might say you have a certain way how you look, you're successful. My point is, you have to have everything in balance to justify and say that you are actually successful. So how do you define success? It's basically improving. If you're improving from yesterday to today in the 5 main aspects of life: relationship, education, health, finance, and love, if you are doing that 5 days every day, keep on improving, I'm telling you, you are going to make that difference, and you are successful at the end of the day, right? More questions coming on from YouTube and Facebook. Aishwarya is asking, so my question is how to control our anger. Anger is 100% controllable. Would you show your anger to your principal of the college? 99% will tell no. Do you show anger to the police who's really strong? 99% no, you won't do it. Right? So my question here is, Aishwarya, you are controlling your anger on people who are more powerful to you, but then you don't control your anger who's more weaker to you. Maybe weaker means your younger brother, or weaker maybe because of various other reasons, which is actually building up that anger. So can we control it? Yes, you can control it 100%. Now, next question you'll ask me, how do you manage anger? Why does anger normally comes because you're suppressing something for a long term. You suppress, boom, it blasts out. So if someone, I give the simple example, whenever you talk about anger, I give the simple example. When you call me a bad word, if you call me a dog, I will just smile. Will I get angry? No. But if you have this self-respect of a human being, if I tell you a dog, you are going to feel bad about it because you're stuck on your self-respect and it works against it, right? So see it from that point of view. So it does. Now, if you want to come live with me, if you want to test it, make sure you have my bio link. Okay, I can share it over here also. Okay. So I've shared my StreamYard link on the comments column also. If you want to go and be a part of my live show, you can do it. Now, next question I'm getting is how to maintain consistency toward positivity. This is a question from YouTube. Oh, there's a lot of YouTube people coming up from here. That is interesting. My YouTube is slowly picking up. Thanks a lot for guys for that. How do you maintain consistency towards positive? To be consistent, you should know why you're doing what you're doing. I keep saying this. To be consistent, you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. For example, are you consistent to have your lunch, breakfast, dinner on time? 99% you have done it. You don't skip it. Do you sleep every day? Consistently you have slept. Do you go to the washroom when you're feeling, whatever? You have gone. So there you're consistent. So to be positive, you have to expose yourself to so much of positivity. I'm only going to see, hear, feel, smell, eat positive things. You will move and be consistent to be positive. Shaina Raj is further adding on. I just see negative things on TV or on phone. Stop that, Shaina. Automatically, that will also filter out. Why are you seeing just negative things on TVs or phone? See positive things just on TV or phone. See it from that point of view. It will work it out, right? Okay, Pratmesh, I can see you have joined in. I will add you. Oh, Pratmesh is back again. Okay, Pratmesh, I will join you shortly. Just give me a few minutes. You can see the show here. but after another 15 minutes only, I will allow people in because I need to answer a lot of questions for people who are actually here. Right? So back to the question section on Instagram. Uh, so yeah, how to improve my English, because everyone laughs on me because I come from a Hindi medium. APPAS07, why are you so bothered about people laughing because when you're talking English? When I talk Hindi, people laugh at me a lot, right? People literally laugh at me for every other mistakes which I do. There are many people who have pushed me to talk in Hindi also. They are also, people are going to make fun of you. But the focus is, are you improving your English when they're making fun of you? Are you learning more when they're making fun of you? Are you growing with the process when they're making fun of you? If the growth is happening, let them make fun of you, man. The world is always going to do it regardless of whatever you do. Next question. How to remove distraction like phone, friends, other things. Now, phone, it's not your attractor or distracted. I keep saying that what is most important for you, you are going to be distracted on. So, for example, you're distracted on the phone because for you, phone is important rather than studies. You're distracted on your what do you say, your friends. You're distracted on your friends because your friends is most important. It's not distraction, it's actually your importance, and to keep moving your importance, your distraction will feel it. Because if you want to give importance to studies, you should know why studies is important, what my future is, and work it from that point of view. So automatically your concentration stays on studies. But then when you're studying, for you friends are important, your concentration shifts. For you, sometimes you're something else is important. Your mother is in the hospital, your concentration shifts. So the point here is to remove distraction, you should know the value on which you want to concentrate on. If you start doing that, it will be fine, right? So Shreya is asking, sir, it's weird to say, okay, let me take Instagram question, then I'll come to Shreya's question. Okay, how to improve English? Vikas is asking how to improve English. I keep talking about this English. You might have seen my YouTube videos of how to improve English. Improving English. See English as I don't know. There's a big movie dialogue by Amitabh Bachchan. I talk English, I walk English, because English is a very whatever he says a dialogue in Hindi movie, right? So in that, it's quite very simple. You should be in such a level, you speak, you see, you talk, everything what you do it English, automatically you will improve. In your school, college, English. You go to your parents, teach them English. TV shows, watch English. And now you're watching my show, you're repeating. When you watch my show, when I'm saying a statement, make sure you repeat that statement after what I say. For example, now I'm saying for example, in your mind, you also say for example, keep repeating what I'm saying, automatically your English will improve with time. How to stop overthinking? I keep talking about this. Overthinking is normally because on a longer perspective, is because you have a lot of free time. When you have a lot of free time, you overthink and you keep thinking. You bring assumption into the picture. When you bring assumption to the picture, it works against you again. So what is on a longer picture? You're going to think, free time, overthink. I'll tell you something. A person who's busy can never overthink. You go and do 10, 20 sit-ups automatically. I will tell you, your overthinking will stop. When you breathe for air, your overthinking will stop automatically, right? So I hope I've answered the question. That's it. Okay, Vikas says thank you. Okay, there's more questions. Let me ask. Pratmesh has been waiting here for a long time. Let me just add him for a few minutes. I don't know what he wants to say. I've done a show with him to my remembrance. So let me see what. Hi, Pratmesh.
Yes, hi, sir.
How are you?
Hi. Fine, sir. What about you?
I'm very good. Did I do a show with you, or you had some question? I just
Yes,
trying to.
yes, yes.
You've done. Okay. Go ahead. What's your?
Yes, sir. Sir, so can I continue?
Yeah, start.
Yes. Sir, I am asking about the happiness.
Yeah.
Happiness.
What is happiness?
Yes. Yes, sir. About in some situations, like in bad situations, we are getting sad day by day due to
Yeah.
some this corona situation at sitting at home for more long time. So how
Mhm.
can we uh, use that time?
Okay, happiness. So, see, for me, there is positive happiness and negative happiness.
right? When a baby is crying, you go and help the baby, and you see give happiness to the baby, and the baby becomes happy. So that way, that's positive happiness. Same way, you see someone falling and you laugh, and you become happy with someone falling. So that also becomes a negative happiness. So that's point number one. Second thing is because of the COVID situation, you're feeling bad about it. Pratmesh, how often do you follow COVID news in a day?
Yes, sir.
How,
For 6 to 7 months.
yeah, I know, but do you see the news and read the news about COVID or no?
Yes, sometimes.
So how often in a day? How many hours do you listen to COVID news?
Yes, sir. Maybe 1 hour. Maybe
Very
1 hour.
good. So 1 hour, you don't need 1 hour of stuff to find out what COVID is actually trying to tell you. Maximum 3 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes maximum.
Yes,
Because what
yes.
happens is the more you see COVID, 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 the more the news will come with regards to COVID, 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 COVID. And what is going to happen is that on a longer picture, it is going to be sharply, and that way it is going to bother more panic into your system. So what you have to do here is that is first, okay, the COVID situation is this. This is what I got to do. This is how I should be protected, and this is what I should stay clean hygienically, so everything is fair and fine. Now, the next thing is you're unhappy with the situation. Your next question is what was your plan due to which you couldn't achieve that plan, right? That is why you're normally unhappy. So the question here is that is what else can I learn more about my plan? So maybe you might have a business idea. Maybe you might have some other plan. So when you start working it from that point of view, automatically you won't have this free time. Invest in growing, invest in learning, invest how can I improve more, invest in all those things. Automatically, you don't have time to be sad. And that is how you have to overcome those side of things. Because at the end of the day, yes, COVID is going to hit a lot of people. It is going to make issues, on a desperate way. But the point is, after the COVID, when the COVID is released out and the world is going to come back to normal, am I better off compared to the other people who's in COVID? If the answer is yes, then automatically you will see it making it a positive and a happy time, right? See, now for me, I come and try my best to come live most of the day. Why? Because I can do it. But then if I don't come live, I'm going to sit there and think, oh, COVID, I can't travel and do sessions. People have wanted me to do sessions. I have this work, my traveling. I didn't travel for the last 6 months. My job is complete traveling all around India, all around the Gulf, with all my work going on. I didn't travel, but I know I'm doing so much of live session on a longer picture that is. So find things what you love and keep doing the things what you love and grow in the things what you love. The same situation becomes happy again. Did I answer the question?
Yes, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, please tell us about your education.
My
Your
education,
education.
my
Education,
education,
education. Sir,
I've done
education, education.
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 I've done my BSc in Business Administration from a US university. I've done my MBA from Birla Institute of Technology, India. I've done my MSc in Business Psychology from Heriot Water, UK University. That's my education.
And how this your education help you in creating or motivating other people through live sessions?
So, see, my education right now, what I've studied and my education have no role to what I'm doing right now. But then it evolved me as a better human being. It evolved me as a better person. It evolved me to change and think differently. Because what you don't understand is when you do a bachelor's, you begin to think differently. When you do a master's, you think differently. You do an MSc, you think differently. A 10th grade student thinks differently, a degree student thinks differently, a master's student thinks differently. They have a different mind capacity, they have a different mind wiring, they have a different, but then if you go to college for time pass, then it's a different discussion altogether. But then if you're going to study and improve, every education you learn will have an education or push in your life or in whatever it is. So for me, I'm always thankful to whatever education I did. It gave me a different meaning towards life. I've learned a lot. Now, for example, people ask me, MBA is a professional course. But generally, if you really look at MBA, MBA is teaching you about life, right? How to manage money, how to
Yes, sir.
balance your savings, how do you, interact with people, which is HR, how do you market yourself, present yourself, how do you use different stuff, right? Economics, how do I manage my money, how the demand is, how the supply is. So everything is being taught. But many people blame that it's all book knowledge, but then the book knowledge, if you apply it to practical life, you will see how beneficial the same education is.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have finished with my questions. Thank you for
Okay,
giving me.
perfect. All thanks to God. Let me just carry on answering various other people's questions. So, Pratmesh, I will remove you off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it's okay, right? Okay, so that's Pratmesh quickly joining in to ask me a few questions. He was live with this video on. So if you guys want to join, I've given my link on the comments or Instagram. If you want, it's there my bio link. Click on the bio link, Google Chrome, your name and your Google Chrome, give access to your camera and your phone, and I will come live to you. So let me continue back on Shreya's question. Shreya's complaining I didn't answer to her question. So it's weird to say, but I'm sad today. I don't know the reason, but I'm sad. I want to do something to keep myself busy, but I can't. Can you give me any suggestions? I don't want to be sad. Shreya, be sad. What is the problem at the end? What Shreya, what we need to look into is that it's not that I'm sad today. It's that what's bothering you, right? And when is this last time you felt this sad feeling? Are you suppressing something? Are you not happy with something what is going on? Are you exposed to something which is sad, which is influencing your emotion? Are you expecting something in return? I really don't know what your reason is until I have a clear discussion with you, right? So yeah, so I can't say anything about it more than what you're actually going to tell me. Let me go on Instagram questions now. There's a lot of 7 questions which have come. Divine is asking me a question: how to develop quality? How to develop quality? Be a result-oriented person. Be a result-oriented person. See, the point here is that when you are saying be a result-oriented person, sometimes you might not get a certain result, right? Sometimes you might not get what you're actually expecting. Sometimes you might not, do and everything you've done. Sometimes you might not get the result. So point here is that is instead of being the result-oriented person, I would suggest and think and focus on the growth-oriented person. So whatever you're doing, if you're growing in the process, then everything what you do is working positively for you. So growth oriented person is the most important skill or quality which you develop, not result oriented, because sometimes result oriented can build satisfaction or frustration and all that. So what you need to do is to move to that side of things, which is growth oriented. As long as you're growing, you're good to go, right? Asta. I have a lot of negative thoughts, same thoughts over and over again. What should I do? Now, when you say same thoughts over and over again, it could be some unanswered questions about the past, unanswered questions about the future. What you need to do is to find those answers of the unanswered past and unanswered futures and find the answer. It's not that you had a breakup, for example, you had a breakup, you keep thinking that, oh, I had this breakup, why he left me, blah, blah, blah. You just go on, going on. From that point of view, what is going to happen is that you're not getting the answer. So when you think about these same thoughts again and again, naturally you don't have the answer for it. And because you don't have the answer for it, you keep thinking. Go and take the actions, find the answer for it. I'm telling you, the overthinking will stop. Or write it down and detail it, not an investigation, do an operation on your thought process. Why am I thinking? What is the unanswered question? And when you start doing that, naturally, that will be fine, right? Guys, if you want to come live with me, go on to Instagram and I will come live with you. Go on bio link. It's on the bio link, and Facebook, YouTube. You can find it on the comments column. If you want to come live with me, you can shut down your camera if you want to, but if you want, you can do that, right? Next question. Hi, Shihalik. I hope your exams are all done and closed up, and now you're back on my show. You always had complained that you couldn't come onto my show. Now I think you're back again. Good to know that. Badrinath's question, so why do we need to see motivational videos every time and after some time motivation goes away? That's why I tell people motivational videos is a waste of time. Motivation, external motivation is a waste of time. That's why I tell people, meet me once, clear all your doubts and forget me. Don't hook with me for a long time. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. What you already know, ask me the question, clear your doubts and figure out your life on your own. Once you have understood to self-motivate, you don't need me or any other motivational speaker or any other motivational book. That's why I'm saying, meet me once, clear all your doubts and forget me, because you don't need me anymore. My job is to give you the answers. I tell people, I'm not here to make followers. I'm not here to make a name. I'm not here to make nothing. I'm just here to give you the answers. You get the answers, self-motivated, forget everyone, go after your life and prove the world that life is all positive and there's nothing called negativity. So why? You don't need to see if you know how to self-motivate. Once you have the answers, what you're looking for, Badrinath, you don't need me also. But then what has happened is nowadays motivation has moved into entertainment, and when entertainment steps in, you just, what a video. I feel pumped up. It makes a good feeling. Oh, what an emotional video it was. I loved it. It's like watching a good movie or watching a good cricket match, which boosts up your energy for a temporary basis. But your actual problems, which is 5 or 6 problems, are never answered on motivational videos. I will tell you that. The main problems with your life is you are the actual solution to that same problems. The day you find those solutions, you won't need anyone's motivation. I hope I have answered that question, Badrinath, in the best possible way. Rajan, I'm suffering from some people, taunts me, what can I do? Rajan Sharma, I'll tell you something. People will always taunt you just like that because they have a lot of free time. For example, if someone calls, I keep telling this example. Always think that you're sitting on top of an elephant. When you're sitting on top of an elephant, what you need to understand here is that let the dog below bark. It doesn't make any difference to you or me if you're sitting on top of the elephant. If someone calls you a dog, do you become a dog? No. You'll never become a dog if someone calls you a dog. But then you have the self-respect of being a human being. Every taunt will start hitting you. Why are you calling me a dog? Yeah, let him call. What does it make a difference? If someone calls you a dog, I'll say, thank you very much. You might see me as a dog. That is your point of view of me seeing as a dog. But there are other people who sees me as a human being. So as long as they see me as a human being, I'm okay with it. People are going to taunt. You just have to smile. The day you smile that, I'm telling you, they will stop taunting you then and there. How to stop over analyzing all our thoughts and start working? Take action. Why are you analyzing? Go take action. Let the result come. The result of the return after the action, let that things come and then analyze that. The point is, before doing you analyze, yes, you have to analyze to see if there's any risk. Have that plan and then go after the plan. Don't even overthink about this plan is going to work out. Do the plan, let the plan fail and learn, rather than too much of planning and not taking any action at all where you're never going to learn anything. So to stop analyzing too much, go force yourself to take those actions and you will see it from there, right? Kavya Chaudhary is asking this question, how to concentrate on online study. Now, I don't know how much of you know Friday and Saturday at morning time, 10 to 12, I think, I'm doing a show exclusively for teachers. I think everyone can be also part of it. It's all about online studies, online stuff, how teachers have to manage, how kids more about that. So I will give you more details shortly of how that show, it's done for a college in my hometown, Kannur. So that college I will be doing, it's a 2-day session, right? 1.5 hour, almost 3.5 hour of talk. Feel free to be a part of it. I will be coming live for sure on Instagram on that. So stay tuned for that. Now coming back on constant online studies. First of all, you're watching me online right now. How are 47 to 50 to around 60 people in my whole network concentrating and sitting and listening? Because somewhere around you people have that feeling there's some value which I'm giving, some answers to the question which you also want to know, due to which you are sitting. So because you have value, which I'm giving, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Because of the value which you're getting, your concentration is 100%. Because maybe that one question's answer would change my life. That one question's answer would figure out my life. That is why 47 people are spending all their precious time into watching TV. And first of all, I'm very, very thankful to everyone who's watching this show. I'm keeping this live every day. So yeah, so how to concentrate on online studies? Find the value of it. You will concentrate automatically. Like now, whoever's sitting here and watching the show is seeing with all the concentration because there's values. Now find out, you know about me, you know what content I share out. That's why you're all sitting in the same way. Studies. What do I get from this online stuff? Keep your mobile far away. What is distracting you? Focus on the message. Focus on the content. Focus on what value I'm getting. But then if you focus on those teacher is giving, teacher doesn't communicate well, if you start blaming the whole system, your learning stops. Make use of at most value which you can get from your online education, your concentration is automatically. Thank you, Rihalik, for the feedback. Okay, next question by what, sir? Which maybe spread positively? It just, Jalak is asking me a question that there was no incident. It was just slowly, me getting into life, me getting into, Sharmika is online. Okay, Sharmika is a great person. She's in Mumbai. She's the initial person who actually started I think that was more of a reply to Jalak's question. So it is different people like Sharmika, like many other people who pushed me to do more. Even she is the first one who actually pushed me to do a show in Hindi, right? So there are many people who make me do stuff, and it's just how it came across. All I did was write articles. All I did was spread the message. Stories for the different kids of different age groups who wanted to suicide, who had a breakup issue, whose parents are fighting, whose parents are threatening them to kill. And may all these girls, boys, discuss with me slowly, all thanks to God that I could actually show them what positivity is all about. And that is how I slowly stepped into it, and that is how I slowly moved towards in spreading this message of positivity. It is your demand, it is your request which actually made me do and spread all these messages. I have nothing in this. The day I can't answer the question, I'm going to stop the show, shut down everything and go. As long as I can answer, as you know, and I do all these free of charge. I don't charge anything for any of my sessions. That's why I tell you, utilize me in the best possible way. I really don't know how long I'm going to do this. So for example, you have any community, you have any college, you have a group of friends who wants to come live with me. Come live, do a discussion, clear all your doubts, and then forget me. Don't keep me hooked up. I'm not here to make any big community or whatever it is. Meet me once, clear all your doubts and forget me, right? So Jalak, the incidents are all you people who push me to do more. Incidents are every audience, every person I talk to you asks me to do more of what I'm doing. That is what is making me do what I'm doing. I hope, Jalak, I've answered that question. Yes, with Yaghesh, I'm answering your question. How can I make ourselves a good personality? The question here, Yaghesh, you got to ask is, what is a good personality? Right? Many people have this good personality, is the way how you look and the way how you dress, you present to you in a very good way. You tend to see that it is working from that point, right? So some people see the looks as personality. Some people think the way how they think is a personality. But my clear definition about personality is your heart. If your heart is pure, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of how you look, regardless of whatever you are, if your heart is pure, you become a good personality. So purity of heart is much revolving around being a good person, being a positive person, trying to make a positive difference to the world, and work on from that point of view. Obviously, you will automatically become that good personality which you're looking for, right? Jalak sir, today's generation needs your positivity and hope you never stop spreading it. See, most of the stuff, see, I will do, as I said, I don't know how long I'm going to do this. As long as I can answer, I can do it. I can't promise anything or anyhow, so make sure you work it from that point. Keep spreading it. Get me more involved so that I can reply to most of it, right? Back to Mahalakshmi's question. So I can frame sentence in English in my mind and bring that into paper. But why I struggle to speak English? Why I'm struggling to read the notes? Why do I stammer? So see, that is much more revolved around your mother tongue superseding, or the mind process is so driven. I think Mahalakshmi is Tamil, right? So your mind is driven by Tamil so much that when you're framing the sentence in your mind, it's easy for you to make because your mind is being used. But then from mind to tongue, there is a separate process which has to work through. So it's only when you speak, your flow will start working well. Sometimes what you could do is when you're constantly speaking, there could be a translation which is going on from Tamil to English, and the English translation is being spoken up. If that is what you're doing, again, you will have stammering issues. Again, you're going to struggle with your thing. So what you need to do is stop speaking Tamil. Speak only English. I'm telling you slowly, 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 it will start improving on. Don't think that it is a physical issue or stammering issue. It is just that flow. For example, when I start talking in Hindi, I'll put a lot of unnecessarily fillers. Fillers means because I don't want to stammer, I'm going to put a lot of gap words into it and work it from there, right? Bhaskar Kumar, I don't want to talk on that topic right now, but I would suggest you to go onto my YouTube video, Addiction to Pornography. It is somewhere similar to it. Go and have a look at that video. You will get the answer there, right? Okay, Kalyani has joined in to ask me a question on YouTube. So let me finish Ritu's question and then I will take Kalyani's question. I told everyone, if you want to come live with me on Facebook or YouTube, Instagram bio link, there is a link, click on it. If you see the comments column YouTube, Facebook, the StreamYard link is there. Click on it, use Google Chrome to add on, give access to your camera and mic, cover your mic. Oh, Kalyani went off again. Uh-oh. Anyways, maybe she might join shortly. Get that fine and it'll be all good, right? Ritu's question, how to fulfill our dreams when you have no family support and have much of a financial problem? Learn about your dreams when you don't have money to fulfill. Learning means you can obviously have money to buy a book. Go and buy the book which supports your dream. Go and read stuff which supports your dream. Go and work around those things which supports your dream. Study, work, study, work. Forget the money part, but then you have your dream. Keep learning and improving in that dream. Slowly, slowly, slowly. When you get your financial support back, when you get various other things back, I'm telling you, you will be in a much more better position because your mind is filled with your dream fulfillment. Your other things will fall at its place automatically. I hope, Ritu, I've answered to your question. Black Wolf Matcha. How to make ourselves fearless for coming exam? I really don't know. Black Wolf, you saw my YouTube video where I talk about fear of exam. 5 reasons for fear of exam. Right? Shivalik is saying all needs money, right? Then how to manage? Go and make money. That's all I would say. Right? So, Diane, I don't know what your question is. Let me go and have a look at the question section. So back to fear of exam. Mainly what I've seen is 5 reasons for exam fear. Number 1 is you didn't study. The more you don't study, the more your fear increases. If you study 70%, 30% fear will be there. If you study 30%, 70% fear will be there. Second thing is you mostly fear what your question paper is. If you study the whole thing, it doesn't matter what question paper comes, you will do well. But then my question here is, if you practice or if you have access to previous question papers, if you have the access to previous question papers, make sure you get those question papers and practicing. So generally, no teacher is going to make a new question paper. So make sure you get that right. The third thing what you got to understand here is, again, fear of exams is don't compare yourself too much to your friends or who's scoring well. Every time you compare, automatically you are going to work it out. Okay. There's a counter question from Shihalik. Sir, if she's not able to work, then how? If you can't work, if you can't do anything about life, it's just an excuse which people say. If you go online, there's a lot of freelancers job which you can do. Right? So don't tell me that you can't make money. There's tons of ways to make money sitting home. In this social virtual world, there is so many ways to make. You just have to build up a skill, and that way you'll make money. But then when you're held up onto your dream that I want this dream itself, and I will do only this dream, sometimes you got to work as a cleaner to be an engineer. So start working as a cleaner which leads you to engineer, right? So back to Blackpool's question. So I told point number one, I don't want to never compare your marks with someone else. So because every time you compare, you demotivate yourself. If means like if she says she's not able to work on studies, you can work during studies also. After the age of 18, I worked and studied whole my life. I never even took a penny from my parents. So see from that point of view, right? So back to his question. So point number one, point number two, point number three, I've told, don't compare your marks too much. Second thing is, tell the complete truth to your parents. Many students, what they say is, they say I get 100%, but they only study 80%. Many students will say I studied only 60%. Instead of saying I studied 60%, you go and tell your parents 100%. And when you see the question paper, you don't need the first question, you don't know the second question, you panic and your fear starts to come in. And the last thing is, don't try to copy and get your marks. Go and do what you can do best and work it from there. You will be automatically fearless in your exams automatically, right? Sir, answer fast. Should I go for painting? I will repeat the question. How should I go for painting? Okay, I will repeat the question. How to get to know if someone is bad before they use us for their work? I should go for painting. Okay, go for the painting, right? See, and I will ask you, I'm not getting very clear what you're asking. How to get to how if someone is bad. See, anyone outside your family, don't put too much of trust. If you put too much of trust on people who are outside your family, there are chances that family, they are going to hurt you. So keep all relationship in such a way that they can misuse you and keep it and work it from there. I don't think there'll be much of an issue there, right? Okay, so Diana, that's your question. How to get to know if someone is bad before they use us there for a work? Don't you make them use until you're 100% confident that they are actually good for you, right? So see from that point of view, I think it'll be fine. Virat Gopi, how to stop comparing myself to others? The first thing is you should know what your strength and what your weakness is, who you are, who my family is, what my family stands for, what's the religious belief, what's the culture, what's the values of my family as a family, what's the values of my parents and my children. If you're a child or if you have children, what is that values which you stand for? Once you're 100% confident of that, you will stop comparing automatically, right? And that is how the first step. I don't want to go into detail. I'm running short of time. I want to go fast replying, answering people very, very fast so that they get more. So I'm not able to study from the last 5 days. Last 5 days, I really don't know what happened last 5 days. If you can tell me what happened last 5 days before, I can actually tell something with that regards. Next question is from how can I improve and confidence with myself? This is again back to the same last two questions which I got. To have confidence in yourself, you should know who you are, right? I give always the best example. I spoiled my hair over here. Does it make any difference to you people? No. Does it make any difference to me? No. Does it affect my confidence? No. Because I know who I am. When you truly know who I am, automatically it will make a difference for your confidence. And take small steps and take small actions so that you slowly build up confidence. Never ever look at a peak and go after the peak. And when you don't get after the peak, your confidence drops. Never ever compare yourself to someone who's standing at the peak. Every time you see your confidence drop. Let me grow. Focus on my growth. How do I grow? And that is how it is. Apurva Shetty is saying, I forget everything fast. So what can I do? Do you forget your name? Do you forget your birthday? Do you forget your mother's name? Do you forget your father's name? Do you forget your favorite actor's name? Do you forget the story of the best movie which you have seen? Do you forget, the things what you have studied which is going to get you passing marks? Have you copied in all your exams? I'm sure you might have wrote your exams on your own. So if the answer is no, you are not forgetting anything. You are just forgetting things which is not important for you, and that is it. Don't complicate things unnecessarily. Somewhere around, what's on a display page? Okay, so somewhere around you're forgetting on things which is actually not important for you. I hope I have clarified that answer in the best possible way. You know what? I'm just taking one person per question so that Alicia Fatima is asking a question. Is PhD better than B.Ed for teaching stream? It depends on your teaching skills. I would say if you're going on to the professional side of things, which is on lecturer basis on colleges, PhD is much more valuable. At the end of the day, B.Ed is just a bachelor degree for education. Yes, it gets into the basic teaching skills. And PhD, when you're a doctor, you can go and talk anywhere because you have been a doctor of that field, which means you know about that field much better than anyone else. So generally, yes, PhD would add a lot of benefit because I know many universities don't even take teachers who doesn't have a PhD degree. So make sure you get that PhD right. And once you've understood the teaching, train people with those certain topics, and now you slowly get into teaching automatically. Okay, Rakshad Prashant is how to manage time while preparing for the exams. See, it's a very vast question, but in simple terms, I will always say, never waste time managing time. Time is not into control. What you need to do is how much I'm finishing in that given set of time. If you focus on the teaching and the given time limit, automatically you will start working well. For example, I always say do the toughest subject first and see how much you can grasp the toughest subject as much as you can. That is point number one. Second thing is leave the easiest subject to the last because every time think you didn't finish your important subjects and you're getting an easy one. When you're doing the easy one, your confidence will automatically increase. Most people, what they do the easiest thing first and then they leave the hard ones. And when they do the hard ones, panic increases. What is easy also is also forgotten. That is a simple concept which I share most of you people. Do the most toughest thing first, cut down in the toughest thing into small pieces and grasp it one at a time and then go to the easier stuff and do that. That's point number one. Second thing, do the most important topics first. Many people study from first book, first page number. Don't do that. What's most important? Your teachers would have told you what is most important for the exam. Study that first. It builds the confidence again. So those are the things. More than managing time, I would say manage the projects which you complete, the chapters which you complete, and work it from there. Neha is asking, how can you answer all these questions? That is one question I tell people, please don't ask me. I don't know. As long as the questions come, I answer. I did sessions for 5th grade students to 60-year-old group of adults. So I really don't know how, because why I say that's the only, next time I will say, ask me any questions from birth to death, other than one question, how I'm answering the question. Any other questions can be asked. Neha, to be truthful to you, even I don't have a clear understanding how I'm doing it, right? Back to carry mainstream or exterminating. Okay, how can I successful? I know this is a common question, but you can tell me how. If you keep improving from yesterday to today in the 5 aspects of life, relationship, education, health, finance, and love, you are actually successful. So see it from that point of view, you are successful. Are you growing from yesterday to today? Did you grow from last month to this month? Did you grow from last year to this year? If you're doing that, you are actually. I hope I've answered the question in the most simplest way. Oh, that's it, guys. Because the thing is, after this, I have some things to do, so I will be slowly signing off. If I didn't answer the question next Monday, I will be back, and I really don't know. Sometimes I might change the show to every Tuesday, but I'm still thinking about it. Guys, no more show in this week. There is so many shows coming on Thursdays and Fridays. There is 3 shows which is happening on Thursdays and Friday and Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So I'm really getting working on from that. And plus there is it. I think that's it. I've just let me uh, 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 see some comments column, guys. Let me know your feedback on this session. Any changes you want me to make? Any additions you would like to make? Let me know, and I would like to do it. So feel free to give me studying. Study an MBA exam also, so not getting time. Apurva, I've been working and studying for the last so many years. Uh, yeah, it's not, you don't get time. Now you're sitting live in front of me for the last 1 hour. My question here to you is that why are you sitting live if you don't have time to study? Go and study. This is already recorded. After your studies, after the exam, you can automatically get into it, right? So Apurva is saying, I'm not getting time to manage all things. I'm playing sports. Drop your sports for some time. COVID situation, I don't think you will be going and doing sports, right? So drop your sports, right? Doing job, that is great. Work from home, that is great. Study, that is great. Do your best in whichever possible way. Don't try to compete with yourself, right? How can I associate with positive people? Go in search of them automatically every year. Paneer Selvam, you have added, you have come onto my live show, but the problem here is you didn't give access to your camera and mic to join in. So you're a state player. That okay, it's a pleasure to meet someone at a state level. Then what my next option? If you're seriously getting into an athletics or your player, drop your work. The point is you're putting into things into three. You're putting in yourself into 3 big things. You need to filter out and come back with 2. Or else you got to compromise your performance in studies or in work or as a state player. So your point is what is most important for you, and then divide it from there and work it from there. Sir, for IIM Ahmedabad, I want to crack the exam. If you're getting into the state champion or whatever state player, focus on that. That time, don't focus too much on IIM. You're trying to put so much of pressure onto your own system that you're just going to hit yourself with a wall, right? So what you need to do is right now, what is most important for you? Right now, I'm sure since you're a player with a COVID situation, you wouldn't be doing the sports kind of things. You can practice yourself within home, that is good. But right now, your time is to focus on your work if you can, and then studies, do it much more better, right? And balance it out. At every second, there is something which is important. Keep doing that and keep doing it, right? There you go. Karthik has joined here. Hi, Karthik. You can hear me? Karthik didn't expect me. Okay, he's gone off. Guys, you can join me live and come live on my show on Facebook and YouTube, and you can ask me questions directly. If you think that I'm not answering here, you can come directly there. Paneer Selvam, the problem here is you didn't give access to your phone, your camera, so that's the reason it works. Feedback, it's an awesome session. Thanks a lot for your answers, for being a patient. Thanks to God. Shobha, how to concentrate studies without distraction. I've talked a lot about. Go to my YouTube video and search for concentration. There's a good video which talks completely about it, right? That's it, guys. I'm coming close to time. And yeah, Yogita, what was your question? Yogita's question. What is Yogita's question? Okay, I'm preparing for competitive exam, although I get distracted. Again, guys, it's all the same question you people are asking me. Why are you doing this competitive exam? What's the plan for it? What's your objective behind it? What do you want to be after the competitive exam? If that is all focused on to you, automatically your distraction won't be there. You get distracted because competitive exam is less of importance. If it's less of importance, automatically your distraction. If you study ABCD, 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 Shah Rukh Khan, this movie is coming tomorrow, he's your favorite actor, automatically your mind shifts to Shah Rukh Khan by default because for you, Shah Rukh Khan is most important than your studies, so automatically that shift. Right? If your mother is in the hospital, no more Shah Rukh Khan movie, no more studies, your conscience will shift. So that's how your conscience keeps moving on. I hope, Yogita, I've answered your question. Mehnaz, what's your question? Guys, when you say that I'm not answering questions, make sure you put your question also after that so that I can quickly answer to that. Right? Good to know you guys enjoyed the show. Aditya has asked an interesting question. What is the significance of education? Literally everything education has a significance too. But how do you define education is a question which you need to ask. What does education means to you is a question. If you're talking about Indian education, go and have a look at again my YouTube video talking about Indian education, how it's actually beneficial to Indian youth and everyone else. That is what is actually bothering you in your question, right? So that's it, guys. So always, Suresh, you're saying that when will I come next time? Just give me this week. There's a lot going on in this week due to which I really don't know. As you know, I'm starting a new show. I'm starting out an NGO. I'm starting out all the branding stuff which is going on, getting the names and working up. So yeah. Apurva, if we do struggle now, then we can enjoy our life next 100 years. Yes, you can do it, but if you struggle in the wrong places, it can work against you also. Sometimes when you struggle a lot for the wrong things, it could work against you, right? Satish, I'm doing very positive and rocking. That's what I tell people. Yeah, so turn on the post notification on Instagram so you come to know all my shows. If you're part of my WhatsApp group, you will come to know all my shows when I come live and how I'm going to come live. Be a part of the WhatsApp group and you'll never be out of informed on anything. If you want to be a part of it, just send me a message. Add me at 009715629964446 and you can be a part of the WhatsApp group. That will give all the updates of my shows. 29964446 009715629964446 0956290. Oh, my number is wrong. Damn it. 009715629964446 That's my number. Yeah, so message me if you want to be a part of my WhatsApp group. You'll never miss any of the show details. Everything will be shown up there, right? That's it, guys. Thanks a lot. It is a pleasure. This will be saved on Instagram for further usage, or if you want to share it to your friend, or you want to cut and crop and whatever screen record and share it to the world, feel free to do it. Whatever you learn from me, make sure to share it to the world. My name or your name doesn't make any difference. Let the positivity spread. That is my mission, which I keep doing it. If you like something, what I told, put the name, put that code, put your name underneath and spread it. The messenger is not important. The message is important. I focus on that and keep spreading it, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll keep you updated when my next show is going to be. But just give me this week to figure out a lot of other things that's going on. As you know, I'm working on a health show, food show, which I'm working on. So that's what I'm working on next, basically on health. Plus, I'm starting the NGO. I'm working on the branding side of things, what name, get it registered and all that thing. Because many people have told me to write a book. And when I talk about book and charging the money for it, I don't want to keep the money for the book. So I thought, let me start an NGO and circulate the money back onto the NGO. So that can be used properly. Because for me, at the end of the day, whatever I'm doing it as a giving back to the community and nothing more. I don't want anything for what I'm doing. All I need is for you people to understand what positivity is and move on forward, right? It is a pleasure, guys. See you next time. I'll keep you updated when my next show is going to be, right? Pleasure. Let me sign out from YouTube. Everyone from YouTube and Facebook, thanks a lot for joining in. I hope you like the show. Panil Selvam, you came online, but you didn't give access to your phone and mic. So that's the reason you couldn't join me. Maybe next show you can come live with me. It was a pleasure, guys. Thank you.